What up, what up, what up? What is going on? It's been a minute. I figured I'd come give you guys my once a month videos. It's been a while. I know I'm Mr. Inconsistent. I keep saying I'm going to try to be consistent with the videos, but just can't quite seem to get there. Really, I ain't been feeling it, to be completely honest with you, so I ain't even going to hold you. It's just, I'm focused on things, and I know I keep saying that, but that's real. Like, I got a lot of stuff that I need to focus on. And I think once things start to be a little more smooth, I guess, or transition, transition, then I'll start being more frequent in videos. I don't know. Don't take me at my word, because hell, I'm just saying I don't for the long. Anyway, again, I apologize for the inconsistencies. It's just life, man. This isn't something I do full time. I just do when I'm in the mood. So, bear with me. But for those who have subscribed, for those who do watch, I really appreciate you and thank you. Um, nothing just changed as far as like my subscribers. When I say that I was gonna do $500 for 500 subscribers, I'm still gonna do that. If I ever make it to 500 subscribers, I will give away $500. I'm not gonna renege on that. I'm a man of my word. But besides all that, I want to have a conversation with young black women. And when I say young black women, I'm speaking between the ages of, I would say, 25 to 35, in that range. 25 to 35. Uh, Given everything that's going on right now with the whole, what is it, WAP video with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, like, honestly, I don't know if it's just because of my age. I'm an older guy, I guess you consider me older, in my late 30s. But ratchet culture really isn't new. It's just more tolerated and mainstream based on what the internet is today in its current time. Like I grew up in the era of Uncle Luke, um, you know, Little Kim, and that era of ratchetness. Like it was there, it was present, but there also was, you know, consciousness, like Brand Nubian and A Tribe Called Quest, and it was a plethora of things, which is still kind of that way today with, I guess you could say, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Like, there's a balance, but it just seems like right now ratchet culture is way more popular than it ever has been. And I understand that cultures change and evolve, and when you see people monetizing heavily off of ratchetness, then that's what people are gonna do. They're gonna follow what sells, what's trending, what's making money. That's just what the culture is at this point. So it's more popular for young black women to be ratchet, and do whatever you got to do to get the money and get to the bag and all of that. And to each their own, do your thing. You know what I mean? But I just feel like it's unfortunate that black women have to subjugate themselves. Not all. I don't speak in generalizations. I'm not saying all. But there's such a large community of thoughtness and acceptance for it. It's I think it's oversaturated what we see on social media and everyday life and on TV. You know what I mean? Like the perception of black women right now, honestly, is crazy. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. You know, I don't understand it. I don't understand how we got to this point. Well, I do understand it, but it's just crazy to me. Like I just expect more and I want more for young black women. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be this way. You don't. If this is what it takes to make money, then it's a prime example of all money ain't good money. You know what I mean? Because here you are, like for instance, Cardi B. You're a mother. To a daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this the perception you want to give your daughter, you know, how are you going to explain this when she get older? Because kids are very impressionable. So if it's like this now, what happens when she's a teenager and ratchet culture has evolved beyond what it is now? You know what I mean? What if it's worse? How are you going to explain to your daughter that, you know, that's just something I used to do? You know, I don't, condone you doing it. I don't want you to do it. I was just making money. You know, that is that the perception you want to give your daughter? Like, if that's where you started from, the strip club, and you worked your way up, cool. But when it's constantly that image, when are you gonna grow up? You know, and is it if that's all that your message is, then you're a dime a dozen. Because there's always gonna be somebody behind you that can do it better, who's younger, who look better, and society and the record labels, they don't care. They just phase you out. And the same goes for everyday women who emulate the same image. There's 1,000 of them. I mean, you go on Instagram and try not to, you know, see at least one thought on Instagram. Or thoughty type pictures. Not every woman on Instagram is a thought, but thoughty type pictures. I mean, it's a challenge. It's damn near impossible. At some point, somewhere on your Instagram feed, you gonna see a thoughty picture. It's just, it's so heavy, it's so saturated with it, it's insane. You know what I mean? And it's giving the perception to young women that, if you want to be famous, if you want to be successful, that this is the route to go. And I mean, I just, and then you wonder why men are the way they are when it comes to you, because what else do you offer me? I mean, you're always half naked on every picture you take. And why else would I perceive you in any other way? Like men, we're visual creatures. If you always got your titties out, your ass always out, you're always, twerking and being sexual, what do you think the first thing is gonna come to a man's mind? He's not gonna be thinking, oh, I wonder how smart she is, or I wonder how deep she is outside of all that thoughtiness. I wonder, can she hold it? They're not thinking that. Most men, especially between the ages of 25 and 35, are thinking, I damn sure want to hit that. And they're gonna slide right up in your DMs, and they're gonna be all up in your face, And that's the first thing they're thinking, because that's the perception you've given them. So you can't have it both ways. You can't get upset and say you want black men to protect you, and where all the good black men at, and all these different things, but all you giving me in return is thoughty behavior. You know what I mean? Like, why would a man want to protect a thought? Or a woman who portrays a lot of thoughty behavior? If every one of your pictures is sexual, what do you want me to perceive you as? Like, let's just be real here. Let's be honest. A 25-year-old man ain't thinking, well, I can't judge her by, her thoughty pictures with her, legs all open and showing off a camel toe. I can't judge her by that. She might be a really good girl. I'm not thinking that. So what do we want here? What are we doing? What is the message that you're sending to your daughters? It's insane to me. You know what I mean? Like, if the talent is there, the talent is there. The brat never had to do what these women nowadays are doing. And I get it; it's a different time. I get it. But the brat never had to do that. Missy Elliott never had to do the things that these women are doing now. Lil' Kim carved out her own niche, but she also had talent, so it wasn't necessary. That's why she was, relevant for as long as she was relevant. She could lyrically get down on the mic. MC Lyte never had to do it. Queen Latifah never had to do it. And these are successful women who were in the rap game at a time when there was barely no women in the rap game at all. So thotting it up would have been real easy for them to make money, but they didn't do it that way. You know, the choice is yours. You can do what you want, and I get it. You know, that's what makes money. That's what sells. But again, is that the image you want to portray? Look at the old video vixens. That's all they had of their name. Most of them, not all. Some have built, successful businesses and gone on to do other things, but that's what you know them as. The first chicks in the videos who are always in bathing suits and small, tight, gladly wearing clothes, and that's what people know them by. That's what you reference them as. Video vixens. That's what they were. And how many of them have told stories of all, the stuff they went through while they was in the industry? Because again, the perception. So, I don't know. I just don't, especially right now, I just don't feel like it's the right time, because you got to think bigger. We as black people, we're a target. So when you're doing all these things and you're selling your soul, it makes it easy. Because again, you're looking for black men to have you back and protect you, but you do the things that you do, and then you pick a Pookie or a Ray Ray and think that they're gonna stick up for you, stand by you, and then they don't, and now you're mad at all of us, or the majority of us, because you picked a Pookie and Ray Ray. I mean, you knew he was a Pookie and Ray Ray because of how he slid into your DMs or came at you. But that's what you want. That's what you pick. And you think that kind of guy is going to protect you? He don't see you as somebody worth protecting. You're somebody who he just deals with because he can get something from you. Whether it's money, sex, or both. Like I told my wife, recently, not too long ago, like, a lot of these women don't even realize it, but they raising grown men like children. You got a grown man in your house, and he's like your child. He's an extended child. I mean, look at Nicki Minaj and old boy she with now. It doesn't even make sense. If you really break it down and look at it, it doesn't make sense. And I know what you're thinking, people can love who they want to love. I agree. But would you ever see a famous or rich white woman going out and getting a dude like that? Let's be real. Let's be honest. It's super rare to see a rich white woman go and get somebody like that. And if they do, he's still somebody of some type of stature. He may be a baseball player, or, an executive for a company or something of that nature. Basically a Pookie or a Ray Ray, but the white edition with some paper. They don't just go get some random ex that they used to deal with back in the day that's got charges and, caught up in the system. They just don't do that. Let's be honest. And I don't like comparing black women to white women, because black women and white women are vastly different. But we got to be honest. A lot of different cultures of women don't do that. Are there some? Of course there are. Absolutely. Even some white women will pick up our own Pookies and Ray Rays. But that don't have to be you. You don't have to do that. And just because it's popular, that's what's making money, that's what's selling. You don't have to do that. Carve out your own niche. Offer something that people need and not just want. Yeah, men, want your body. They want you, in that manner sexually, but Offer them something that they need. If you offer something that people need, you will always be able to have an income. You'll always be able to make money. Monetizing off your body is only going to last but for so long. You don't believe me? Ask Madonna. Where is she? Let's look at them checks from 20 years ago compared to what Madonna's bringing in right now. Or Angelina Jolie, or insert any older famous white woman. Look at them checks from 10, 20 years ago as compared to now. I bet they're vastly different. And of course, there's always exceptions to the rule. But how long can you thought it up? I mean, let's be honest. Do we see a Cardi B being this popular, this successful 10 years from now? I highly, highly doubt it. Do we see a Megan Thee Stallion being this successful 10 years from now? I highly, highly doubt it. Rap careers are very short and super fast. And there are more female rappers coming up now than ever. So what happens when a cute, sweet, seductive rapper, female rapper, comes along who ain't got to do all that twerking? Who ain't got to do all of that half naked all the damn time in every video and every Instagram visual? And got bars and can make really good music. Do you really think that Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion ain't gonna last? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna conform. That's what every thought does. They end up conforming because the wall comes really fast, and you have no choice but to conform. But why do that so late in the game if you don't have to? Again, I hate to use this comparison. She's a white girl, but look at Miley Cyrus. Off the freaking chain. We all remember that. Now Miley Cyrus is like, hey, thanks black people. I use you guys for your ratchetness and your twerking and all of your explicitness, and now I'm gone. Thanks. Have a good day. Do you see what I'm saying here? Like, it's not a long game. It's a quick, short game. But like my father always said, keep living. So to all the young women out there between 25 and 35, I would say, get your paper, but be very careful and strategic about how you get your money. Don't rely on being one of the many, many Instagram, as they call them, models, but come on now. Don't rely on being one of the many, many, women who get attention in that manner. Because at some point, you gotta hit the wall. And we all know that not all, but a lot of women like to spend money. So you spending it as fast as you make it. You spend it as fast as you make it. At least if you choose to go that route, the thotty route, the ratchet route, stack your paper, put that paper up. Because somewhere down the line, you may end up like a video vixen where nobody takes you serious because of who you used to be. Which ain't right, it ain't fair, but that's the way the world is. That's how society is. It's the way it is. Black men, black women, we understand unfairness. And as we already start the game off losing. That's the society we live in America. It's 2020. Nothing has changed about white supremacy or the way this country works. It just evolves. Just like culture evolves, the internet has evolved. The same system just evolves. It adapts to you. It's all it does. So all I'm saying to you is, if you're going to go that route, if that's what you think is hot, you're just living your life, you're enjoying yourself, understand that there's going to come a time where that attention that you seek ain't going to be there. Because you're one of many, and we've seen you. And remember, life and people in general, we move quick. What's the next big hot song? Okay, that's dope. What's next? Okay, that's cool. What's next? Why do you think there's so many people, who we just forget about? Whether it be music, movies, sports, if they don't entertainment, if they don't stay relevant, we like, oh dang, I forgot about that person because there's always something new and fresh coming right behind it, coming right behind you, coming right behind me. So get your paper, do you, live your life, but just understand that there's gonna come a time where that's no longer cool, but that's no longer your best way. So then what? Be prepared, and that's what I preach on my channel. Be prepared. You know, so that's all I got. I hope that makes sense. I hope y'all hear me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't fall into what everybody else doing and what's popular. If that's what works for them, good. Do you? But you don't have to do that. There's way too many ways out here to make money. Way too many ways to make money. People out here making money in ways you wouldn't even think, doing crazy simple stuff. So think, think outside the box. Be different. Just think. Figure out how to get money. Always think about offering a service that people need, not just what they want. So with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. I'll see y'all again whenever. I ain't gonna lie. Be good.